Hello, everybody. This is Miss McCauley, your first grade teacher. So today we're going to be looking at words with the IE as an E sound. So sometimes the IE makes an I sound, and most of the time it makes an E sound. So we're going to be looking at the IE as an E sound. So let's start off by writing our name at the top. So I'm going to write Macaulay because that's my name, but you write your name and please use a pencil. Okay. All right. Anytime that I'm doing this lesson or this homework, if I'm going too fast, you need more time to catch up, pause the video. Okay? And you can catch up and then unpause it when you're ready to move on. So our standard for today is RF 1.3C. And this standard is about reading and writing words with long vowel sounds. Okay? So, see the IE here? IE. All of these IE. Okay, if you can underline them, the IE, that would be great. So that when you read this word, you will know that that makes the E sound. Okay? Okay. This one right here, I'm going to let you do it without me. And this one right here, you're going to do without me. But the other ones you're going to do with me, okay? Okay, let's do the first one. Okay. Whenever the G and the E are together, the G doesn't make the G sound. It makes a J sound. So we're going to read this. Here, go. J. E. N. E. What's the word? Yeah, it's genie, right? Genie. Okay, so let's look at the pictures. And do you see a genie? Yes, right here. There's the genie. So what I want you to do is let's write genie here. Okay, G, which is a fall. The reason why I call it a fall is because it's short. It's a small letter, but then it has this tail that goes underneath this bottom line. So it sits on the bottom line. It goes from the middle dash line to the bottom, back up to the dash line, and then the tail goes underneath this bottom line. Okay, J. E starts here, and you go out, then up, touch the dash line, touch the bottom line. So out, touch the dash line, touch the bottom line. J, E, and then knee. N, E. G, knee. It's two syllables. G is open syllable. Knee is open syllable. Oh no, this is vowel team. G, open, vowel team. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to move on. Oh, I should give you a sentence. Okay, so the genie gave me a wish. Genie. Okay, so let's go up here and cross out the word genie. And let's go to the next word. What sound does the IE make? Yeah, it makes the E sound, right? So let's read this word. Ready? Begin. E old. What's the word? Field. Field. So which one of these three words shows you the word field? Yeah, this one, right? This one shows field. So let's write down field here. I'm going to see if I can make it bigger so you can see it. Oh, there we go. Okay, field. Which is the F. F is a tall, so it has to touch the top. All the tall letters except the T. The T does not have to touch the top, but the other tall letters have to touch the top and the bottom. Top and the bottom. And then cross in the middle. Okay, then E, which is two letters, the I and the E together. And both of these letters are small, small and small. The only thing is that the I does have a dot in the tall area. E. Oh, the L is a tall. It has to touch the top, then it's got to touch the bottom. And then D is also a tall. So you're going to start off with the donut first. There's the donut, then the stick. So donut, then the stick. Okay. Field. So this is a tall, small, small, tall, tall. Go ahead and write the word field. And as you're writing down the word field, I'm going to give you a sentence. So the field was covered with flowers. Field. So field is a long area of land, usually with grass on it. So a field is a big area of land with not a bunch of trees, just a bunch of flat land and with flowers or grass on it. Okay, so I'm going to cross off the word field. And we're going to go on to this word, okay? And if I'm going too fast, you go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so what sound does the IE make? Yeah, E, right? So let's read this word. SH together makes shh. R, eek. What's the word? Yes, it's the word shriek. Shriek means like to yell out in a screeching kind of yelling. So let's see if we can't find shriek. Let's go down here to these pictures. Which one of these? Well, it can't be this one, right? We know this one's genie. But is it this one or this one? Which one shows shriek? Yeah, this one, right? Because she's yelling out. She's shrieking. So let's put shriek here. Okay, SH is a digraph, so it goes together. Shh. So we have a small and a tall. Go ahead and write that down. Okay, then the R. R is also a small. So small, tall, small. Okay, then the IE together makes the E sound. Sh, R, E. So this is a small and a small with a dot on top. And then last is the K, shriek. K is also a tall, top to the bottom. Then right here at the broken line, at the dash line, we're going to go in and then down to the bottom. So in and down. So shriek. And as you're writing down this word shriek, I'm going to give you a sentence using this word. So the girl began to shriek when she saw the car coming towards her. Shriek. Okay, hopefully you finished writing the word shriek, and if you didn't, just pause the video so you can write it. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to cross off the word shriek. So this one you're going to read without me. And this one you're going to read without me. And this one we're going to read together. Okay. So what sound does the IE make? It makes the E sound because this is IE as E. E sound. Okay. Oops. So let's read it. SH together. Shh. E. O. D. What is the word? Shield. Shield. Right? So which one of these three pictures shows a shield? We know it's not this one, right? This one's field. So it has to be this one. This is shield. And this is a shield right here, this thing right here. And it protects people. A shield means to protect. Okay, so let's draw. Let's write the word shield. S is a small. H is a tall. So it starts at the top, down to the bottom, back to the middle, and down. So small and tall. Okay, now E is two letters, one sound, two letters. E, E, sh, E. We call this a vowel team because it's made up of two vowels. Sh, E, and also because it makes a vowel sound. Old. So L is a tall, starts at the top, goes down to the bottom. D is also a tall, but it starts here. It starts in the middle. It goes around, donut, then up, and then down. So donut first, then stick. Okay. Shield. So while you're writing that down, I'm going to give you a sentence with the word shield. Okay. The knight, the warrior, used his shield to fight off the enemy. Shield. Right? And in the olden days, they would use a shield to protect from bow and arrows. So if the arrow was being flung at them, they could put the shield in front and the arrow wouldn't hit their body. Shield. Okay, so I'm going to cross off the word shield. Okay, and we're going to go to this word right here. Okay, this is also a digraphs. Okay, and this is also, okay, so we're going to start off with what sound does the IE together make? Yeah, it makes the E sound, right? IE as E. E sound. So let's read it. Ready? Begin. Ch. E. F. What's the word? Chief, right? Chief. So let's look at these three pictures. One of these three pictures shows us chief. Which one do you think it is? Yeah, this one right here. This is the chief. So let's write down chief here. Ch is a digraph, so it's two letters that make one sound. So it's small and then tall. Ch. And then comes the vowel team IE. IE. And both I and E are smalls. Small. Small. So ch, E. And the last one is f, ch, E, f, the F. And F is a tall. So it's got to touch the top and it's got to touch the bottom. All talls touch the top and touch the bottom. Ch, E, f. As you're writing down the word chief, I'm going to give you a sentence. So the Indian chief led his people into battle. Chief. Okay, maybe not the Indian chief, but the chief led his warriors into battle. Is that better? Led his warriors into battle. Okay. And warriors are like soldiers. Okay. So let's cross off the word chief. And let's do this one right here. Okay. So it's got the P sound and the SE only make one sound because the E at the end is silent. It doesn't make a sound, but the C next to the E makes a S sound. So what sound does the IE make? Yes, E, right? IE as E. E. Okay, let's read it. Ready? Begin. P, Ease. What's the word? It's the word peace. 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 Okay, so let's look at these three pictures. Which one of these three pictures shows us the word peace? Yeah, this one. It's a piece of puzzle, right? So let's do that one. So P is not a tall and it's not a small, it's a fall. And the reason why it's a fall is because it goes below the bottom line. See this bottom line? The tail goes way below the bottom line, then back up and turn. So down, up, turn to the bottom. Okay, next is the IE, which makes the E sound. So I is a small, E is a small. Okay, small, small. Okay, now if I left it like this, it would be peak. But if you want this to have a sound, you have to add the silent E next to it, because it changes the C from a k sound to a s sound. P, E, S, peace. And while you're writing down the word peace, I'm going to give you a sentence with the word peace. So we found the last piece of puzzle to finish our puzzle. Piece. We needed one more piece to finish our puzzle. Okay. We're going to move on to this sentence. No, not this sentence. We're going to cross off the word peace. And we're going to do our last word. Okay. What sound does the IE make? Yeah, it makes the the E sound, right? I-E as E. Okay, let's read it. First the P, then the IE, then the R. Okay, here we go. Ready? Begin. P, E, er. P, ear. What's the word? Yeah, it's the word pier. And the pier is where you walk on near the ocean. It's a long walkway that sticks out of the from the beach into the sea, so you can look down and see the sea. And this is what it looks like. So it starts off over here on the beach, and then it sticks out into the water, so you can walk out and stand above the water, stand in the water, right? But the water's below. So this is a pier. Can you say that, pier? Okay, let's write down pier. So we got to start with a P, and a P is a fall. It's not a tall, it's not a small, it's a fall. So it goes below this line. So we go start at the dotted line, down below the line, then back up, turn on the dotted line to the bottom. So P. Good. Okay, then comes the E sound, which is made with two letters, the I and E together. P, E. R, R. So here's the R. R is also small. It goes small, dotted line down to the bottom, back to the dotted line and turn. So P, E, R, pier. Okay. And while you're writing down pier, I'm going to give you a sentence for the word pier. Okay. I walked out on the pier to see if I could see any dolphins. Okay. Pier. Okay. And hopefully you finish writing pier. I'm going to cross off that word. So the two words you have left is this one and this one. And you have two pictures left. This one and this one. So one of them goes here and one of those words goes here. Make sure to finish your page. Now, what did you learn today? Okay, hopefully you learned to read, reading here, and write, writing here, words that have the IE as an E sound. Okay, great job. I'm going to end this video.